Welcome to January 13th of the Science of Mind in a Year. We are in chapter 2 now. Granted, it skips all around, but this is where we're at. It's kind of a long one, so let's get going. On page 71, the chapter is called Mind, the Greatest Discovery. Nature waits on mankind's or humanity's self-recognition. Nothing is more apparent than humanity as we now appear. It is the result of evolution. But in order to evolve, we had to have a principle from which to unfold. Since humanity is intelligence, we must have evolved from an intelligent cause. In studying the order of humanity's evolution, it seems certain that it was necessary, from the time that we were brought to a point of self-choice, that we be left alone to discover our true nature. If humanity is endowed with the attributes of self-choice and free will, we must be allowed to make this great discovery for ourselves. Even God could not make a mechanical individual. Consider any of nature's forces. They must have existed always, but so far as humanity is concerned, they exist to be used only after we have discovered them and learned how to make use of them. Electricity was a reality in the universe when Moses led the children out of Israel out of the land of Egypt. No, the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But neither Moses nor any of his followers knew anything about it. This is true of all natural laws. They have always existed, but only when understood may they be used. In this way, life waits upon humanity's discovery of natural laws, our discovery of ourself, and our discovery of our relationship to the great whole. The principle of any science is invisible, theoretical, as is our idea of spirit. No one has seen God. No one has seen life. What we have seen is the manifestation of life. No one has seen intelligence. We experience it. No one has ever seen causation. We see what it does. We deal with its effects. We do not see beauty. The artist feels beauty and depicts it as best they can, and the result of their effort is what we call the beautiful. The mathematician solves a problem, but the problem is not the principle of mathematics. The solution of the problem is an effect or a result of the application of the principle. We do not see life. We experience living. Causation is invisible. The next section is called The First Great Discovery. The first great discovery humanity made was that we could think. This was the day when we first said, I am. This marked our first day of personal attainment. From that day, each person became an individual and had to make all further progress themselves. From that day, there was no compulsory evolution. They had to work in conscious union with life. The basis from which humanity is evolving is infinite. Behind us is the great unknown, but not the great unknowable. As the result of the discovery that we could think, plan, and execute, humanity has built up a great civilization. We have perceived that nature works through us in order to work for us. We have harnessed electricity, compelled steam to do our bidding, conquered the air, built cities, made the desert to bloom, and have thrown the lines of our commerce around the globe. Indeed, we have seemed to possess the earth during this process, even though little attention has been given to that still small voice which said, Humanity, know thyself. The next section is the greatest discovery of all time, mind. Humanity's first discovery of our ability to think was taken as a matter of fact. We had always been able to think. It was proof that we existed. It gave us the ability to know our needs and to supply them. It appeared to be an automatic thing. It came with us and would doubtless die when we die. The brain seemed to be the organ of thought, and, of course, when death stilled the brain, it would no longer operate. However, a day came when some wise person claimed that it is not the brain that does the thinking, for if the brain could think, it would keep on thinking when removed from the body. Yet without a brain, a person could not think, which proved that something behind the brain used it as an instrument. People think, so behind the brain there must be a thinker. But where is the thinker? We do not see it. Have we a right to say there is a thinker when we have never seen it? Yes, for the proof of this reality is the evidence of its thought. Back of the organism is the thinker and the doer, the mind. This was the greatest discovery of all time, for it meant that the body without the thinker could not function. At first, humanity did not perceive this, and thought only of our bodies as self-operating. But when we discovered this was not the case, we found that we could consciously think and decide, and that something happened to our thoughts after we thought them. They went somewhere and returned to us as memory. That's where it ends. I have a feeling it might pick up there tomorrow. but we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for joining in. Bye-bye.